Okay, I think we are live. Today will be a relatively short warm up stream. I will check if sounds work okay and all the stuff is configured properly and nothing bit rotten. I would like to implement a simple Spincle test reporter. I will explain later what it is. I already mentioned it on the previous streams. Also, um, as you probably already know, if you follow the git commit history of the project, I finally implemented JUnit output, and for this I had to rework the representation and storage approach of the test and test suites in our test reporter state. It took some time and wasn't exactly smooth, as you probably saw on the previous stream. So I had like to spend a few more days working on it, but I finally finished it and quite happy. We cleaned up a lot of stuff. So now the new features will be a little easier to implement. If you are interested where I've been for, I don't know, 3 weeks almost, you can ask me about it here or via email. My contacts are available on trop.in/contact. Yeah, let's do a bit of coding. Spinq test reporter. What this thing does? What's important about it? There are like a few different ways to use a testing library. First of all is like usual one, you write tests and you execute them on CI or manually from CLI or whatever. Another option is to use library more interactive as suitable supposed to be used. So you can rerun tests with a lot of flexibility, for example, running only failed tests or like interactive filtering and all that stuff. But we still run tests and check if something breaks, and if it breaks, we report those errors and so on. But there's another use case for the tests, which is intermediate step between development something and actually testing something. And this is this approach or workflow or whatever you call it is writing tests for development purpose. Doesn't require to perform actual checks. The only thing that we can use tests for, the one thing that we can use tests for is for actually executing some code or re-executing it multiple times. And let's get to some examples. First of all, I will spawn Ares and we'll open runners and we'll connect to it. By the way, we have a small update regarding Arei. Now it have global Arei mode, and you need to enable it before using Arei. So it automatically enables all the stuff in scheme mode, and if you disable it, its functionality disappears from all over the places. So it's easy to enable and disable array and play with it and write and do all the stuff. So it's not that invasive anymore. Okay, coming back to the question of Spine reporter, what it needed for. Let's open runners test, for example, like any namespace with tests. And let's evaluate this namespace and let's run tests. Okay. Arrays, suitable arrays. If you do this, I didn't touch the code for a while and now it doesn't work well. I'm curious why. Okay, runners. It's interesting because this model is definitely explicitly using runners model, and runners model sets this variable, so it should work out of the box. But whatever, we'll figure out it later. Let's get back to the original question about spying test runner. Spying test runner will allow to do the following. We have is assert, which accepts a form and it calculates its value, and if the value is not false, the assert passes, and if it's false, it fails. But for this case, by default, no exception raised. It just works. But if we wrap it into the test, I have my alt key like broken, so I don't have a key cap on it, so I miss it a bit. Okay, failing test. Our test reporter is very quiet, like exceptionally quiet. I'm not sure why. Runners, res, test reporter minimal. That's very good that we started this small stream, so there is no pressure of getting much stuff done, so I can calmly get back to the working condition. Test reporter minimal. I mean, of course it's minimal, but not that minimal. Let's change it to verbose. Test reporter verbose. Base, I guess. Test execution finished. Okay, let's load some tests. Okay, I see. For some reason, the output goes to to the wrong place. Let's restart all the stuff. Connect, evaluate, load tests, run. Okay, now it works. I don't know what was the reason before. Okay, you can see now. We have our reporting works well. So we can come back to understanding what is spying test reporter. Here, when we execute an assert, we have a body of the assert written here, and the check if it passes or not, and the return value. But when we wrap it into the test, you can see that for our successful assert, we don't have a return value. And for our failing assert, let's do like this. Let's see how it works. For our failing assert, we have such kind of error printed. But right now, I want to utilize tests mostly as a history, evaluation history, so I can have a few expressions saved into the test, and I want to rerun them from time to time. And the only thing that I'm interested in the expression itself and the value it returns. I don't care actually about if it passes or not, and I don't care about some pretty values. So what I will do, I will open reporters. Test reporter spying. And later we will be able to combine the spying reporter with some configuration to the test runner. So we can avoid assertions or test failures or whatever. So we can actually use it as execution history for a while. And when we get to some state where the code works as we expect, we can switch from just spying and printing the values to actually checking them. So it's intermediate tests between REPL-driven development and test-driven development. Okay, test reporter spying. Let's see, where is our minimal test reporter? XML test reporter minimal. Spying. Test reporter execution minimal. Test reporter execution minimal. Let's change it to spying. Oh, let's see, by the way, how it works. Res minimal. Okay, this is how minimal test reporters reporting looks like. My laptop overheats a bit. I recently updated thermopaste, but it's still extremely hot. Don't know what to do about it. I have actually thought maybe the hardware encoding may help a bit, so it's not only CPU used, but like I don't know how much benefit it will give on integrated GPU. Let's adjust the camera a bit. Okay. Test start, test end, assertion pass. I don't care about assertion. Assertion fail. Don't care either. Okay, I care, but it will be both of them here. They will be the same, despite if it pass or not. Test reporter output. Assoc ref. Message body. Actual. How actual function works. Arcs. Save arcs. Assertion result. Assertion result. Let's pretty print it. Don't need \n, I guess. Oh. This is assertion assertion error is probably necessary because it's treated differently. Oh, we also need assert body, I guess, like this. Okay, minimal spike, and now spike. Okay, you can see we have body and its value. The only small issue is that it's hard to distinguish between the body and the return value, so let's add a simple thing like this. there are a few options. The first one is to just add this thing here, and you can see we have a body and return value, a body and return value, and it's very similar to how we present evaluation result in our text editor. It will break the reporting here because we use the same thing for tests. That's probably should be something like this. I don't like this one, how it looks. Maybe failing test. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, let's keep it like this for now. And let's use the same here for minimal test reporting. Okay, we did it like this, and it corresponds to how it looks in our ID. We have the same way to presenting evaluation result. Maybe additional space would be good. Looks okay. I have an idea. What if we just append almost almost what I wanted. The thing that I tried to achieve is to put them on the same line if the expression is not that big, but I don't think it's a very good idea. It's okay idea, but like this one already looks very readable. We have our original expression and we have output. Why it may be useful. Let's see what happens when we evaluate. When we evaluate expression, it just returns a value. Runners, test reporter base, test reporter spine, test reporter spine. what I want to achieve, imagine we have a function define tempfn, and inside this tempfn I want to check the value. I want to have an assertion that a is equal to 3, and after that I divide a by 3. For some reason I need such function. Oh, it worked exactly as I wanted it to work. And if I do 2, yay! You can see we can use asserts inside the functions during the development. As a tool for printing. It's about it's a bit tool purpose, and it can be potentially problematic if people start to use asserts all over their code outside of the tests. It can create a mess. But we have some time to try this functionality and see how it works, and if it seems useful, we keep it. If it doesn't, we just throw it away. Sounds about right. The only thing that we could potentially add to the Spank reporter is to actually give us a form with all evaluated arguments. Let's see. Spank a reporter. Actual. Let's copy this function. Test reporters execution spank. Pre-eval expression. Args sunk. Save args sunks. Safeify. Whatever it means. Exception value. Sure arguments. Lengths. Match. What is pretty string? Pretty string. Car assert body. Pretty string second. Oh, list a third body. It's enough. I try not to use Alt key or meta key or whatever, and I try to use Control for most of the operations. And also on Control I have Escape. If I hold key, it acts as a Control. If I press it, it acts as Escape. So if I need to press Control Alt, I tap Control, and after that I hold Control, and it should act like Control Alt something, but sometimes it doesn't for some reason. Okay, let's finish this functionality quickly. Value exception thunk first second, pretty string second. What about car first second? We just return it as a list. Like this. Should be good. Pre-eval expression. And where's our spine reporter? Test pom pom. Pre-eval expression message. Wrong number of arguments to procedure car. Oh, it's not car, it's cons, of course. You can see I rested quite well during last 3 weeks. Almost what I want. But why it's dot here? Let's go here and let's do something like this. Oh, I see. One, two. I see. It's not first second, it's arcs. Oops, the wrong place. Where is it? test reporter. Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. Rest. Here, instead of first, we need args body. We need car of assert body. It will be our predicate and args. Evaluated args. Great, and you can say that nothing changed here, but actually a lot of things changed. Runners. Yes. Now you can see the difference. Here we have A, and we have evaluated value of A, and we have a result. And the same here. We have original expression. We have original expression with evaluated arguments, and we have a final value. Okay, I won't be cleaning up and finishing all the stuff right now because I need to go. But we did what I wanted to accomplish today. We implemented a Spine reporter. We will clean up and prettify it later, but it's already useful for our development and for workflow, which is in between REPL-driven development and test-driven development. When we provide a better UI for switching between different types of workflows or configurations for test runners, it will be easy to rerun some tests using one reporter or another reporter. For example, when we are developing and experimenting, we will be using Spine reporter without failing, and when we accomplished and want to persist our results, we will switch to a testing reporter with a base to a testing runner with a base or verbose or minimal reporter, something like this. It can be a bit cumbersome at the moment because, first of all, I am rusty after my vacations, and I'm getting my thoughts around, and also because I'm in the process of thinking when I'm doing my current stream, but later I plan to probably do a few writes-ups on the topic of testing scheme code, so it will be much more structured and exciting and useful. I hope you enjoyed the stream, or probably the recording of the stream, and if you do, don't hesitate to tell me it. Thank you very much for your attention, and I will see you in a bit.